Here we go, record. Okay, welcome everyone. Happy Monday. Let's go ahead and start in a comfortable seated position. And whoop. All right. Center yourself so that you've got both of your sit bones, those bony parts of your butt touching the ground. And then start to slowly, kind of just at your own decision. Maybe you want to rock forward and back. Maybe you want to rock side to side. Maybe you want to take baby little circles. There's lots of options. And as you start to do this, you're going to let your shoulders roll, maybe your head roll a little bit. Coming into your space, noticing anything going on around you, and just kind of let that all fade off to the sides as you start to slow it down and think about getting to that center point where your shoulders are over your hips and you start to think about your spine getting nice and long. Bring your shoulders up to your ears, squeeze them up, and then let them drop down. Squeeze them back up again and let them drop down. Let your shoulders relax away. Let your spine grow tall. And now gently drop your chin to your chest. Let your chin get a little bit closer. Keep your spine straight and see if you can find that subtle stretch at the very top of your shoulder bones, right at the base of your neck. And from here, keeping your chin down, roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Now the space between your ear and your shoulder is probably bigger than the space between your chin and your chest. And that's normal. And then come back to center. And roll your left ear over to your left shoulder. Notice the difference from one side to the other. Does one side feel better, feel worse, tighter, looser? Come back to center. Let's go back to the right so we can notice now how it might feel better or different. And back to center. And then over to the left. And chin back to center. Slowly lift your head up. Bringing your chin back to parallel. And now we're going to slowly look over our right shoulder. Don't push. You don't want to strain. You're not twisting. It's a gentle looking over your right shoulder, and then come through center and gently look over your left shoulder. And come back through center, over to the right. And over to the left. All right, back to center. One more little neck warm up. Oh no, we already did that. No more little neck warm ups. How's that? Let's roll our shoulders forward. We'll go 3 times and then reverse the direction 3 times. Now reach your fingertips out to the side. So your shoulders, we've done a little moving, we've gotten them warmed up. Lift your arms out to T height and see if you can stretch your fingers out, find some engagement through the muscles. Engage your belly button. And now we're going to twist our whole torso to the right. And maybe you even want to pulse here a little bit. And then you're going to come back to center. And then twist to the left, maybe a little bit of a pulse, being super gentle still. And come back to center. Drop your right hand down, lift your left arm up and all the way over, big side stretch. Maybe your right elbow comes down to the ground. And breathe. Come all the way back up through center. T-shaped arms. And then we're going to twist to the right again. Come through center, twist to the left. And back to center. Drop your left hand down. This time, reach your right arm up and bend all the way over to the left. Notice if your right hip pops up, see if you can press that hip down. Can you bring your left elbow closer to the ground? Can you find a little bit more space here? And then roll back up, T-shaped arms. One more time, twist to the right. And come through center, twist to the left. Back to center. Start to circle your arms. So we're still warming up our torso, warming up our shoulders. Maybe you can make these a little bit bigger. Rolling through the joints. Oh, all right. And then switch directions. So keep them big if that's where you went, and then start to slowly make them a little bit smaller again. Nice. All right, shake your arms out. That probably made them a little tired. Feels good. We're gonna slowly make our way into our tabletop position. So we drove back from Vermont last night, and I can't sit in a car for 4 hours without being extraordinarily sore the next day. So spread your fingers. Line your knees up under your hips. Point your fingertips forward. See if you can find that neutral spine. So your back is straight. You don't want the arch yet. You don't want the round. Let's see if you can find that floating sensation. Breathe here. And now drop your belly, open your heart, big inhale. So your back is arched, but you want to think about this more as an opening through your chest. And then exhale, lift your belly button up. Your hips move down, and the crown of your head moves towards the floor. Pause here. Make sure you can't see your feet. They should be straight behind your knees. Slowly, one vertebra at a time, roll through in the other direction. And then exhale, round back. Come all the way back through, open your heart, open your chest, press into your fingertips. And then exhale, lift your belly button up, round your spine, crown of your head towards the mat. Come back to your neutral position. Shift your weight so you're pressing more weight into your left hand. Reach your right arm all the way up, twisting to the right, and then exhale, thread the needle, coming all the way down onto your right ear. Pausing here, leaning on your right shoulder, and then come back to start. Shift the weight onto the right hand, open the left arm up, exhale, twist through all the way through, thread the needle, coming onto your left ear, the outer side of your left shoulder. Breathe here and come back to neutral. Right side again, reach all the way up. Exhale, thread the needle through. Now this time, roll a little bit onto the back of your head to get deeper into your twist. And if it's comfortable, walk your left fingertips forward. See if you can find a deeper twist through the right side of your body. Take another few breaths here, breathing into it. And then walk your left hand back, press yourself back to your neutral start. Reach your left arm up, and then exhale, thread through, come all the way down. Roll a little bit onto the back of your head. And if you want, walk your right fingertips forward. Breathe here. And then walk your right hand back, come back up to neutral. We're gonna reach our right leg back. flex our foot, bring it up to hip height. We're gonna draw the knee into our chest, rounding in. Extend the right leg back. Exhale, draw it into your chest. Inhale, extend it back. This time when you draw it in, see if you can take your left hand and squeeze it up a little bit further. And then extend it back. Draw it in again. And see if you can balance taking your left hand, drawing your knee in a little bit further. Return your left hand, right leg behind you. Holding your right leg up, flex your foot. Turn your big toe towards the left. Bend your knee, extend, nice. Lift your belly button up and extend, bend and extend. This time when you bend, see if you can reach your left hand out and around and find that, there it is, that right ankle. See if you can twist open. Can you kick your right foot into your left hand a little bit more? Stretching through the front of your leg. If not, continue with the kicks and then release everything down, right foot to the ground, saw back and forth over it. Give yourself a moment. And then return the right knee under your hip. I like to flush it out, shake it side to side in between. Now we're going to extend our left leg up behind us. Draw the left knee into your chest, round your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee into your chest, round your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee in. And lengthen. This next time, we're going to draw the knee in. We're going to hug it with our right hand. See if we can get it closer to our chest. Working on our balance. And then extend the leg back out. Draw the knee into your chest. Hug it with your right hand. And then extend it back out, holding your leg behind you. Flex your left foot. Think about pointing your left big toe over to the right side. And then bend and extend. Bend, nice, and extend. On the next bend, see if you can shift your weight, reach back with your right hand for your left foot. There it is. See if you can hold on to it. And then start to kick your left foot into your right hand, if that's available for you. Take another breath here. And then release it down. Left toes extended behind you, saw back and forth. And then return to tabletop. You can flush it out a little bit, sway your hips side to side if that feels good. Maybe take a couple more cat-cows or just enjoy some stillness. All right, from here, we're gonna walk our hands just a little bit forward. We're gonna curl our toes under. We're gonna lift our hips up into that first downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out. Bend your knees as deep as you want to. You might like little bends, you might like really big, deep bends, adding a little bit of a twist in your torso. Check that your feet are hip distance apart, that your toes are pointing toward the front of your mat. Check that your arms are shoulder distance apart. Your pointer fingers are pointing towards the front. Everybody looks really good. Now reach your heels down behind you so you get this deep stretch through the backs of your calves. Yes. One more breath here. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee all the way in and forward. Slide your right foot up between your hands. You're in a low lunge. Lower your left knee down. You can keep your toes tucked if that's better for your balance, or you can untuck them if that's what you like. We're going to inhale, reach forward, come all the way up. Now, from here, you need to start using your inner thighs for balance. We're going to open our arms into our T position, And we're gonna turn to the right, little pulse, and come back to center, and another turn to the right, and come back to center. One more. Come back to center. Bring your hands back down by your front foot. Lift your left knee up. Step back to downward facing dog. All right, float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Slide your left foot up between your fingertips. You're in your low lunge. Lower your right knee down. You start to feel your inner thighs working. You press into your front foot as you reach your arms to come all the way up. Open into your T, and we're going to twist to the left. So turn and twist. Little pulse. Back to center. Twist. And back to center. And twist. Nice. You got to press into your front foot. Bring your hands back down. You're back in your low lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Slide your right foot up between your hands. So from your low lunge, this time I invite you to keep your knee lifted if you want. Otherwise, put it down. We've all been there. Reach your arms forward to come all the way up. High lunge. Maybe you bend your back knee so that you can adjust your hips a little bit and then re-extend it. Open your arms into your T position, twist to the right, come back to center. You really need to squeeze your glutes, activate your inner thighs. One more time, I know it's bouncy. And then bring your arms up so that you can rain them down. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here in the down dog. Put your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee all the way in. Slide the left foot up. Low lunge. Inhale, reach your arms coming all the way up to high lunge. Take a moment, press into your front foot. Open your arms into T, and now twist. 2, 3, back to center. Twist, little pulses. Back to center, you're twisting towards your front leg. And back to center. Reach your arms up, rain them down. Step back to downward facing dog. You can shift around here, you can wiggle, or you can just find some stillness, whichever feels better for you. Reach your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee all the way in and forward. Slide it up. Low lunge. Reach out and up. High lunge. Open your arms into a T. We're going to add on a little bit here if you choose. We're going to twist, hold here, drop your right hand back towards your left leg, and reach your left arm up. And see if you can reach up and back. It might not be there. This gets really wobbly. Inner thighs are working like crazy. And then release and cartwheel your hands all the way down. Step back to down dog. Big inhale. Long exhale. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left foot all the way forward, low lunge. Find your balance. Reach your arms forward. Come all the way up. Open into your T. Twist to the left. Now this might be it for you. Maybe you're going to try and reach back with your left hand for your right thigh. Reach your right arm up and bend back a little bit. Beautiful. Look at you all. And then cartwheel your hands all the way back down. Step back to downward facing dog. 2 slow breaths here. Now, pull forward to plank. Hold your plank. We're going to walk our hands back to our feet, coming into a squat. However you want to get there. That was just my suggestion. You might be like, nope. If you need a block or something underneath you, that is fine. If your heels are up, that is also fine. I just want, what I'm looking for you is to get a little bit of movement. All right, are you ready to walk back to that plank? Walk it back forward. You're back in plank. Breathe here. Now we're gonna walk our feet up to meet our hands, coming into a forward fold. Keep your knees bent, let your head hang heavy. I want you to find that stretch in the back of your neck and the back of your legs. Reach for opposite elbows, gently sway side to side if that feels good for you. You might not get anything out of that. When you're ready, release your fingers down and slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Letting your whole core help you stand up so that you get up here and your shoulders are over your hips are over your ankles. Fidget, move, readjust, whatever you need to do, and then find your stillness. Nice. Roll your shoulders up and back. So we did this seated. Does it feel any different? And now in the other direction. Whew. It's hard talking in a mask. I will be honest. All right, now open your arms out to the T. I'm really into the T tonight. We're gonna twist to the right and then come back to center, twist to the left, come back to center, drop your left hand down, reach your right arm up and bend over to the left. Back to your T, drop your right hand down, reach your left arm up, bend over to the right. Nice. So we're getting a little bit further each time. Bring both hands up above you. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen, flatten your back. So if you need to bring your hands to your thighs so that you can press into your thighs and you get this nice straight back, even if you're up here, or you can bend your knees so that you can get your chest parallel to the ground. Slide your hands all the way down to the mat. Step yourself back into plank. Drop your knees down to the mat. Slowly lower your chest by bending your elbows and then your chin. Untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. Press yourself into tabletop. Curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Reach your heels back, lengthen your arms, and then walk your feet back up to meet your hands. Flat back, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead, palms touch. We're gonna exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to plank. Maybe you want to lower your knees again, or maybe you're ready to, actually everybody lower their knees. So you can go all the way down to your chest, or maybe this time you're going to go halfway down and then press into your upward facing dog. So a little step between knees, chest, chin, and halfway down. And then come back through tabletop. Curl your toes under, lift up to downward facing dog. I forgot our plank squat last time. So inhale, forward to plank. From here, you're gonna bend your knees and walk your hands back, coming into your froggy squat. Hang out here. Try and enjoy it. And then walk your hands forward, back into plank. Feet forward, coming in your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. One more time. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Press into your thighs, your shins, or your fingertips on the floor. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. So you can do either of the two versions we already did, or if you're ready, you can bend your elbows lower halfway down, untuck your toes, coming into upward facing dog. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Nice. One more breath. Pull forward to plank. Bend your knees, walk yourself back to your squat. This is our last squat. But they feel so good. And then walk yourself back forward to plank. And then walk your feet forward, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale your palms down to your side. Everybody nice and warmed up now? I feel like you're all behind me. I need to refigure this. All right. No, you're fine. It's just because I'm trying to be there and there. It's an adjustment every week. I come in and I set the camera up and then I move around. We'll get there. All right. But we're all here and that's the main part and it's fun. So ready, let's do this. Inhale. Oh, can you all hear me okay? Yes, perfect. Okay, I know I'm loud, I just can't hear myself. So inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to plank. Choose your vinyasa. So knees, chest, chin. Halfway down, nothing, that's an option too. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Take a breath here. We're gonna build a flow. So float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Hold it here for one breath. What? I know. And now slide that right foot up between your hands. Turn your left heel down, press into the outer edge of your left foot, reach your arms out and up, coming into your warrior one. So in your warrior one, you want to make sure that your right foot is a little bit to the right and that you're trying to get your hips forward. They're never going to go all the way forward. Reach your arms up, drop your shoulders down, bend your front knee more. From here, you're going to open into warrior two. Think about your arms being strong. We've been in that T position a lot tonight. See if you can pull your left arm back a little bit so that your shoulders, yes, are over your hips. Nice, Marty. All right, now straighten your right leg. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back. Peaceful pyramid. Beautiful. Come back to warrior two. We're going to transition into high lunge. So your left arm is going to go down as you turn towards the front of your mat, coming into your high lunge. We're going to straighten both legs. We're going to bring our back foot in a little bit so that we can get our heel down on the ground, coming into pyramid, and then hinge forward. As much as you want, if you can go all the way down, that's great. If you want to stay up straight, that's fine too. If you have blocks and you want to bring the ground closer to you, that is also an option. From here, you're going to bend your front knee, coming into your low lunge. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. All right, I'm going to switch sides. Don't move. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest. Hold it here for a breath. And then place your left foot up between your hands. Turn your right foot down. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. Find the strength in your legs to reach your arms out, coming up into your warrior one. Breathe here. Open into your warrior two. Strong T-shaped arms, gorgeous. And now straighten your left leg, turn your left arm up and reach back. Peaceful triangle. Breathe here. Come back to warrior two. You're gazing towards the front of your mat. We're going to transition to our high lunge. So our right arm is going to come down towards the ground as we twist forward. From here, we're going to hop our back foot in a little bit, coming into pyramid, and then reach forward. Coming down as far as is comfortable. Taking a breath here. Bend your left foot, slide your right leg back into your low lunge. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Okay, that's the gist of it. We're gonna add on to it a little bit. We're gonna go nice and slow. Hips up. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw the right knee into your chest. Hold it here. Press into your hands, lift the knee closer to your chest, and then float the right foot up between your hands. Turn your left heel down, reach out and up, coming into warrior one. Straighten your front leg, work on your hips, and then rebend that front knee. From your center, twist open into warrior two. Straighten your front leg here, and then sit back down into your warrior two. This time we're going to straighten the front leg, turn our right palm up, exhale back, peaceful triangle. Come back to warrior two, bend your right arm, come all the way into side angle. So you can reach your arms straight up to the sky, or if you're ready, you can reach it over towards the front of your mat. And now come back to warrior two. We're going to transition into that high lunge. Left arm down, right arm up. All right. Straighten, shifting, coming into your pyramid pose. This is where it's going to start to get fun. Reach out and forward. Bring your hands to the ground. So if you have to bend your knee to touch the ground or get blocks, now start to shift your weight into your right foot. Can you float your left foot up off the ground? Can you straighten your right leg, lifting your left leg, coming into a standing split? See if you can drop your left hip, lift your left leg a little bit higher. Your right knee is gently bent. And then bend your right knee, come all the way down into your low lunge. Pause here, step back to plank. Go through your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Pausing here in our down dog for 3 breaths. You can take a child's pose. That is definitely okay, but then everything is definitely okay. All right. Left side. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest. Hold it here. Press into your hands. Lift your knee closer. And then slide your left foot up between your hands. Turn your right foot down. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. Reach your arms forward, coming up into warrior one. Straighten your leg this time. And then sit back down. See if that gives you a little bit more space. Nice. Twist and open into your warrior two. Straighten your left leg. And then settle back into your warrior two. This time when you straighten your left leg, you're going to turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful triangle. Coming to warrior two, bend your left arm, settle it on your left thigh, reach your right arm straight up to the sky or towards the front of your mat. Nice. Come back to warrior two. Transition into high lunge, bringing your right arm down, twisting on your back foot. Scoot your back leg in a little bit, straighten your legs. All right, Get sturdy here, get balance as you begin to reach forward. If you can't get your hands on the ground, bend your left foot. Start to shift your weight into your left foot and let your right toe lift just a little bit off the ground. So this is maybe where you want to stay tonight. Bending your left leg, tapping your right toe. Maybe you're a little more adventurous. You want to start to straighten your left leg, lift your right leg higher up, eventually bringing your nose towards your knee, eventually holding onto your standing leg with both hands. Eventually, as in someday, maybe. And when you're done, bend your left knee, coming back into your low lunge. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, child's pose. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. How am I going to add on to that? You're going to see. All right. Ready? It's going to be fun. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Hold it here. Hold it. And now float your right foot between your hands. Turn your left heel down. Press into the outer edge of your left feet. Reach forward. Come all the way up. Warrior one. Straighten your leg. Think about lining your shoulders up over your hips and then sink back into your warrior one. Twist and open into your warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Bring your arms to touch. And then open them back into warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Turn your right hand up. Peaceful triangle. We're going to flow all the way through warrior two to our side angle. One movement. Reaching your arm up to the sky or overhead. Think about opening your chest towards the left, keeping your hips underneath you. Nice. Come back to warrior two. Transition to high lunge. Twisting your toes, reaching your arms up. Come into your pyramid pose. Reaching your arms up. Both feet are on the ground. You're feeling sturdy here. We're going to start to hinge forward. Maybe you need to bend your right knee to get your hands on the ground or on blocks. We're going to shift our weight into our right foot. Now this time we're going to open our hip to the left. So you can keep both hands on the ground. You can keep your foot low, but think about turning out. Lifting your leg up, coming into a half moon. So we've been doing this for a couple weeks now. Maybe you want to float your left arm up. Flex your left foot. Come in, come out, try it. We have plenty of time for you to play around. Nice. The next step is to see if you can turn your gaze all the way up towards your hand. And you might be able to, you might not be able to. Every day I find is different. And then come back down, both hands on the ground, bend your right foot back into your low lunge. Step back to plank. Go through your vinyasa. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. One more side to go. Take a moment, get situated. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest. Hold it here, squeeze it in, and then slide the left foot up between your hands. Turn your right heel down, press into the outer edge of your right foot, reach your arms forward, come up to your warrior one. Straighten your front leg, and then sit back into your warrior one. Nice, open into your warrior two. Straighten your front leg, bring your hands to touch overhead, big stretch. And then soften back into your warrior two. Straighten your left leg again. This time, turn your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful triangle. And then flow all the way through to side angle, bringing your left forearm to your left thigh. Reach your right arm up or over towards the front of your mat. Breathe here. Come back to warrior two. Transition to high lunge. Bring your right arm down. Reach up. And then shift your right foot in a little bit. Reach forward, coming into your pyramid posture. If you have to bend your front knee, that is fine. Get blocks if you need them. So now as we shift our way into our left foot, we're going to think about opening our hips to the right, stacking the right hip on top of the left. The foot can stay down on the ground. You can start to just tap it up or down a little bit. Slowly lift it up. Flexing your foot might help. And then see if you can lift your right arm up into the air, coming into your half moon pose. Falling out of it is awesome. That means you're trying. Practice shifting your gaze. So much fun. And then bring your foot back down, come into your low lunge. Step back to plank. Go through your vinyasa. Meeting up in downward facing dog. And then lower your knees, coming into child's pose. Everybody meet in child's pose. Don't get too comfortable. Walk your fingers forward. Make this an active child's pose. So you're stretching through your back. And then walk your hands towards your body, coming up into a seated position, nice and slow. If you get a little head, whatever, squeeze your butt, pushes blood up to your head. So shift your weight over to one side and come into a cross-legged seated position. You all did awesome. We're going to extend our right leg out, bringing our left foot in. See if you can find that nice tall seat. We did a lot of turn out. We did a lot of turn in. So point your right toes up to the sky. Bring your arms out into your T position. Twist towards your right foot. Hold here. And see if you can close your eyes and imagine this alignment where everything is lining up. Reach your arms up overhead. Inhale, exhale, reach forward towards your toes. Reach. And then when you're ready, let your fingers come down to the ground. Roll round round your head. Letting your chin come towards your chest. And breathe here. So your elbows can bend. You can find a stretch and a relaxation at the same time. And let's reverse out of that. So reach your arms forward, engage your torso, lift yourself back up, open your arms into your T, twist to center, bring your left hand down to the mat, lift up your hips and your right arm, coming into your stargazer, and then sit down. Bring your left leg out, both toes up to the sky, sorry. Walk your elbows forward. Maybe you have a block or something that you can rest your head on. Try and keep your feet active. It's easy to be like, oh, I'm so tired now, I'm just gonna let everything just kind of relax, but we want active feet so that the leg muscles are still working. We're protecting them. And then roll up, coming back to center. Bring your right foot in towards your left leg. Reach your arms out to the side, coming into your T position. Keep your left foot active, twist to the left. Reach your arms up overhead. See if you can envision everything being lined up. Reach up and then exhale, reach towards your toes. Reach, 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 reach. And when you're ready, round forward. Letting your head hang heavy, letting your elbows track towards the ground. Keep your foot active. It's a relaxing but active stretch. And then roll all the way up. Or actually, no, we were supposed to reverse out of it and come all the way up, back into your T. Bring your right hand down, lift up, stargazer. And then come back down. We're going to transition onto our back with our feet, knees bent, rolling down nice and slow to the count of 10, 9, 8, 7. See if you can do it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, it's been a hard class. We're all doing 4, 3, 2, 1 tonight. So line up your feet so they're hip distance apart. You want your knees to be underneath your heels to be underneath your knees. You should be able to just tickle your heel with your index finger of your hands. So now you're in between these two railroad tracks. So everything is kind of symmetrical, kind of aligned as best you can. We're going to start to lift our hips coming into a bridge. So we're going to roll up through our spine. So inhale, lift your hips, lift your middle back, lift your upper back. You're bringing your chest towards your chin, but you're reaching your chin up towards the ceiling. If you want, you can bend into robot arms to press into the back of your biceps, your triceps to lift you up a little bit more, finding a little bit more space. Make sure you're pressing into your big toes and your pinky toes. Think about keeping your thighs parallel. And then slowly roll down. One vertebra at a time. I like to let my knees touch each other and then walk my feet out a little bit. You may find that the windshield wiper is better for you, but find something that lets your lower back relax. All right, bring your feet back underneath you, heels under your knees. Think about getting back between those two railroad tracks. Press into the whole entire 4 sides of your feet as you start to roll up, rolling up your hips and your tailbone, your middle back, your upper back. Finding space, you can do robot arms again, or maybe you want to reach behind you on the floor and see if you can find each hand. Holding on to your hands, interlacing your fingers, pressing your forearms into the mat, giving you more space to lift up. Make sure your thighs stay parallel. One more breath here, and then slowly roll it all down, one vertebra at a time. You can either windshield wiper your legs or let your knees touch, knocking in. We're going to do one more. So feel free to repeat either of those two that we've already done, or we're going to add on just a tiny bit here. So find your alignment between your railroad tracks. Start to lift your hips, rolling through your vertebra, middle, upper back. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers, shimmying your shoulders in to give you even more space. And now if you want, lift up your right heel, lower it down. Lift up your left heel, lower it down. Maybe you want to try lifting both heels and lower them down. You can go through that again. Right heel, left heel, both heels. Feel free to stay with your heels lifted. Feel free to keep your feet on the ground. One more time, right heel, left heel, both heels. Press those hips up higher, lower your heels, release your grip, and then slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Let your feet, your knees go side to side like windshield wipers. And let them stop to the right. So you can bring your arms back out into your T shape if that gives you a nice opening through the chest. See if you can bring your right foot on top of your left thigh to give you a deeper twist through your hip. Breathe here. And release that. Windshield wiper side to side a little bit. And then drop both knees over towards the left. So the opposite side of whichever one you just did. And if you want, bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh to deepen that stretch. Nice. And then release that windshield wiper side to side. Let your knees rest so that they're pointing up to the ceiling. And then hug one knee into your chest towards your armpit a little bit. Reach for the outer edge of that foot and bring your leg into a half happy baby. So it's a one side only at a time. And you can drag your foot down a little bit. You can do a little rocking side to side. And then release that foot back to the ground. Hug your other knee in towards your armpit. Reach for the outer edge of that foot. Bring it up into your stirrup posture, half happy baby. And release that down. If you choose, bring both knees in towards your armpits, rock a little bit side to side. And if you so choose, reach for the outer edges of both feet, coming into a full happy baby. And if you want to rock side, maybe you prefer more of a cobbler's pose, bringing the soles of your feet together. Maybe you like to straighten one leg and then the other leg. Maybe you want to bring your feet straight up in front of you. Take a few moments here to play around, getting ready to move into our Shavasana. There we go. So take any last minute movement that you need to take. And then find yourself on your back with your legs extended away from you. And let your arms come down by your sides. Roll a little bit on the back of your head so you can find that nice spot where you can rest your head and let go. If you're in the room with me, I'm going to come around with some lavender oil and touch your feet. If you do not want me to do that, go ahead and raise a hand so I know to avoid you. All right, now I want you to think about tensing up every single bone, well, muscle, tendon, everything in your body. So squeeze everything into that center point. You want to suck everything into your belly button, tense it up, squeeze it in like it's a black hole. All your energy is in there. And then exhale, let it explode out. traveling all the way to your fingertips, to your toes, to the top of your head. And then we're going to bring it all back into our belly button again, bringing it all in, squeeze it all in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're trailing down, 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 down. And then exhale, it all explodes back out again, traveling to the extremities. One more time, inhale, bring everything in, squeeze it in, squeeze, tighten. Think of everything crawling in on itself. And then exhale. This sunshine and energy explodes out to your fingertips, to your toes, the top of your head, to the end of your hair, and washes over you as you move into your stillness. Let your eyes close and relax. Take a big inhale and a long, slow exhale. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Let your tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth and let your head gently rock side to side. Slowly start to move the body. And then when you're ready, reach your arms up overhead, taking a big stretch from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. And on your exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Maybe stay here for a little bit, rocking side to side, or go ahead and roll right onto your side. Spending time here, getting used to it. Halfway back up towards sitting. And then when you're ready, press yourself all the way back up to seated. Coming back into your cross-legged position or whatever seat is comfortable for you, lining your shoulders up over your hips. Breathing in, feeling your spine grow, feeling taller. Reach your arms all the way out, up overhead so your palms can touch. Exhale, draw your fingers down, bringing your thumbs to your sternum. Take a big inhale, thanking yourself for all of the hard work you've done tonight. And then exhale everything out, chin to chest. And I thank you all for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone at home. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you like.